All right, I think we're live. If anybody's in the chat, type a hi or happy face or something down there. I'm gonna wait a little bit to see if anyone joins, and then we'll get started. I'm gonna cover overall market conditions, the Nasdaq, QQQ, SPY, and then I'll go over some of the trades I took today and what I'm looking for tomorrow. So, and then if anyone's in here and has any stocks that they want to go over, we could go over those as well. All right. I think maybe nobody's in here. I haven't been doing these videos in a while, but I'll start. I'm gonna start again. Maybe doing them uh, at least 3 times a week, and then try to like shorten them down so that way I can so it can be sustainable and I could do it every so it's not too draining on me. So all right, so I'll start with Nasdaq. As you can see, we had our big run up all of March all the way up to March 30th, and then we're on a daily downtrend. So daily downtrend, let me see. Daily downtrend, you can see here, had our lower high, and then we broke to a new lower low, and as you can see on the daily, we haven't really set another, you know, lower high and lower low in a while. So um, we're just waiting to see where that happens and how that happens. That kind of took place a little bit here, this little green candle, um, but not really too much. Um, and overall, we're just looking for on the weekly time frame to set a like a higher low compared to this 12 to like around 1300 area. So if I go to the weekly, you can see what I'm talking about a little clearer. On the weekly, we're either going to well, in my opinion, I think we're gonna set a low somewhere here and then try to continue to the upside, in my opinion. But we could also just uh, break down or like break this low up to here. Not really any follow through, but we'll see what happens with this. um, and right, so let's look at this on QQQ so I can give some levels for this. So here I got the same thing. So I'm thinking maybe this 618 retracement or even somewhere in this golden pocket, so 78%. And we might get like some choppiness after we find that low. So if this comes down here, we might see some kind of tightening range, or definitely tightening range if we come all the way down to 329. It's definitely gonna call for some kind of a tightening range. But tomorrow we'll see. There's a CPI numbers, and I think that's definitely gonna have some downward pressure, unless the CPI is lower than whatever we were at last month. So 7.9 I think was. So if it's lower than that, then we're gonna bounce pretty hard. But if it's higher, which I think it'll be higher. We're definitely gonna come down at least to 338 tomorrow. And for QQQ, I'm looking at this on the 1 hour, um, so it's just been the bears are in complete control. There's our high, another lower high here, another lower high, and then there was this lower high, and then we made another one today around 343. So that would have been a good area to short. I probably should have um, signaled that one today, but let's look off based off of that information, we can see pretty clearly that um, our next area where we have some interest is down here, 340, 340.5. So if that breaks, this will pretty much be in the after hours a bear flag that'll confirm down. And then if we open up, we could look to fish this area up here, 344. So if it comes up here and it can't break, starts going down, that would be an easy spot to short. All right. Um, so we're looking for either I think downward pressure or a bounce somewhere around here, the 338 area. So 338, that's key area, 333, and then this resistance will be at 344. All right, so that's the key spots for me on QQQ. SPY is also the same deal. It's been going down just like QQQ, but it is a little stronger. So I got too many lines here. Let me try to clean this up a little bit. So as you can see here, it only retraced 50%. So it is a little stronger than QQQ. Key areas here is obviously that 50% retracement. That's 348, about 349 area. So look tomorrow for some downside and maybe short-term bounce there. And then the 60% retracement is at 433. So that might be a good area as well. And then something in between is like this zone here, 435. So look for those areas to the downside. Okay. And then this is pretty much going to be looking the same as QQQ. So we've got our area up here, what is this? 443. So if we do open up tomorrow, that might be a good area to start looking for puts. But I think this is gonna ultimately be a bear flag that confirms to the downside tomorrow morning, but we'll see what happens with the CPI numbers. So let me go over some trades I made today. So QQ, I traded in the morning first thing. I think I was so hourly time frame. Our last high was way up here, 350, so that didn't really come into play. But I think this little top here at 345 did. So let's go to the 5 minutes. Kind of show you how I thought about this trade. So we had this like pre-market area here, which we did get over, but you see how all those candles are very toppy, big upper wicks. So that was one signal that this wasn't gonna go up anymore. And pretty much, I think in the morning, let's see, might have had some kind of yeah, we had this little pattern which I caught here. So we had our low, higher low. Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit to the 1 minute. So essentially it was like a tightening range, right? Can draw this out here. So something like this. Tightening range, and we know it couldn't break over that resistance. So right there was my entry after it broke this 1 minute low. So you guys can see that, right? Like this is zigzagging, uh, holding that, and then once it broke, that was a good spot for puts. And even if you missed that one, there was a little bear flag there, and you could have caught some downward momentum, and it just followed downwards from there. Um, and then after this point, I think I was looking at AMD. In the other direction in the afternoon actually. So in between those, I had I saw trade on Veru, Veru. That's one that I've been looking at for a while, but I'll go over this one first. All right, let's see, where did I catch this? I think it was on the 5 minute. So let's go to the 5 minute. All right, so we had, what did we have? We had a little falling wedge. So falling wedge is kind of a pattern that I've been kind of liking to take lately. So what a falling wedge is so we'll have a low and then we'll break the low, but not much follow through, as you can see here. Only followed through like what, $1. And then we made another lower high, and then this didn't break here, right? And even if it did, it could have been it's a not much follow through, so kind of what I'm trying to explain there. So that's a pretty shitty drawing. Let's use this line. So something like this, pretty much. So wedge is just consolidating in a um, downward fashion, and this one doesn't always work, but I knew this one was nice because it had a nice double bottom at 95. So I got in right at 95 and rode this one up for a nice little win. I think 25%. So that was one little scalp trade that I took today. And obviously this one's bearish because anything under 100, there's a big support at 100, and it broke that first thing in the morning. So this one's pretty bearish. Broke 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It had held up 5 times in the past, and now it broke. So this one should be heading down as well, maybe down towards this level right here that's been holding before, around 75, but who knows if this will head out all the way down there, but it's definitely weak. It's on a daily downtrend, so we'll see what happens with that. The other one that I played today, so QQQ, AMD, and then there's this Veru. They had a drug that was like for COVID or something. So that was the news on that one. Let's see if it has it here. Yeah, it doesn't have it there, but something about that drug that had some news, like it good on the trials or something. I don't know. But this is one that I've been watching for a while. It was on this downtrend, and then I was interested once it broke this 650. So why was I interested in this one? So number one, news um, held this support, big support at 475-ish level. Held it kind of. It was breaking down, but that doesn't really matter. So this support here at 650 is what got me interested in this one. So as you can see, all the way from December, this has been a resistance, and it just blew right past it, right? So that's what had me interested, and I just jumped in at some point and prayed it wasn't a pump and dump, which it still could be. But it has real news, a real drug, and these pharmaceutical stocks, they can uh, really shoot up if the drug gets like approved by the FDA. So I think I probably jumped in on a 1 minute. Had to be a 1 minute because I don't see anything there on the 5. Where did I jump in? I'm trying to think. So I think I just jumped in right on one of these like both legs. So maybe like this one here, and once it shot up, I got in there. But this one's still actionable for tomorrow. So I'm looking to play this tomorrow. So QQQ, this, and then I got one more stock that I'm looking at for tomorrow. So as you can see here on the 1 hour, there is a little pennant which broke in after hours. So I'm sure there was people shorting here. So if tomorrow this breaks above 1452, the high of today, there's going to be more shorts getting squeezed out of this, and there's probably a lot of shorts already that got burned today. So uh, this could definitely, it got halted twice, so this can definitely shoot up here. And then I marked some areas, some target areas, 1570, 17, and 1850. And looking to play this one to the long side. I don't feel comfortable shorting unless there's something really clear for the short side. Um, but yeah, this one shot up 600% for options, like the 750s. I think I bought it right around 750. Um, and it just shot up all the way to like 14, so doubled in price. So the options were insane. Um, so these are the areas. This one's a former runner, so it went up all the way to 24. So we'll see if this one can get all the way up there again. But definitely liking this one for tomorrow to the long side. And if I see any red flags, obviously I won't play it. The other one that I'm looking for tomorrow is, where is it? Neo. I'm looking at Neo tomorrow. All right, so today we had a nice, we had like a gap down open. Had the gap down open, and we closed right around the previous close of the of Friday. So the reason I like this one is um, so I like it to either the downside or the upside, and I'll explain right now what I mean by that. Um, so to the downside, we have this 1 hour resistance right here at 20, around 20, say like 2070. All right, so if this opens tomorrow up, I'll be looking at that area to short, okay? And obviously this is a little bull flag, so it could open up and then we can short. Or if it just starts going down in the morning, I would also like to short this one. All right, but if this on the long side, so if this ends up doing, I don't know, something like down and then breaks above that level, 2068, or just goes straight up over it pretty convincingly, like does something like this, then I'll be looking for calls. So like let's say it broke, I'll wait for calls down here or something, right, on the next hourly higher low. So that's what I'm looking at for tomorrow. I'm looking to short Neo, see if the VERU continues upward with a short squeeze, and I'm looking at QQQ for some downward pressure. Obviously, the CPI numbers are going to be the biggest piece, which we'll know right in the morning. So we'll have a better idea of where we want to go. But I'm thinking we're going to get more downside. So that's it for today, guys. I'll be back tomorrow or Wednesday with another video. And hopefully we can get more people in here. I think nobody was in here today. So see you guys on the next one.